Money runs the world. This is a conclusion many reach at some point in their lives, and for many, this often ends up being a permanent conclusion. Everyone has at least a very minute degree of affinity for money. Most of us who are not mind-bogglingly rich often wonder what it would be like to be a really rich person. Welcome to the I Am Possible channel, and today we would like to have a hypothetical but logical-driven discussion on what it would be like if the entire wealth of the world was distributed equally among the entire population of the world. Would it bring more equality in the world? Would it end all the problems the world faces now? Before we find out, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell. As a kid growing up in a third world country, I was left wanting for a lot of things, and it all boiled down to money. Even as an adult, there are times when I wished I had more money, and I'm pretty sure most of you at some point in your lives must have felt the same or are feeling the same right now. Somewhere, a feeling of injustice would also creep in, considering the fact that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. Without getting to the ethics or the morals behind the distribution of wealth, let us look at what it would be like if everyone could start again on equal footing. What if the entire wealth in the world was equally distributed among its entire populace? As it would be difficult to quantify other forms of wealth such as land and possessions, we will keep this discussion strictly to the monetary wealth, or in simple terms, the money that is in circulation in the world. As per worldatlas.com, the total amount of money from a global perspective is $90.4 trillion. This includes the physical money as well as money people have in their bank accounts. According to worldometers.info, the latest estimate of the global population is 7.7 billion. Simple mathematics brings the global wealth divided among the global population to $11,740.26 approximately for each person. Just to give everyone a perspective, this is equivalent to 10,476.30 euros, or 9,233.77 pounds. Or 8,14,545 rupees. That might seem like a lot of money in developing nations, while the bare minimum in the developed world. Another thing to keep in mind is that this isn't a yearly income. It is a static wealth, and whether you earn anything or not will subsequently depend upon the skills you possess and the way you use your wealth, which, by the way, is not that different from our current situation. Now that we have a rough idea of what the amount of money would be, let us get to the heart of the matter. What effect would this redistribution have on the world? The biggest impact would be the shift of power. Big business owners will all be starting from zero, and countries that are at the forefront of a high standard of living will find themselves on the back foot. As I alluded to earlier, the figure that we arrive to can be considered a truckload in a place like Somalia, a lot of money in a place like India or China, or just a very basic amount of wealth in a place like the United States of America. Part of the reason is because of how basic amenities like food, clothing, and housing are priced in these three types of economies. The immediate effect would be a shift in spending power, as the occupants of first world countries like the US and the UK will just be able to meet their daily needs and have a little left over for education and other similar needs. This means that they will have even less to spend on things like gadgets or be able to set aside enough to make any worthwhile investment or start a meaningful venture. On the other hand, occupants of third world countries will have enough left over from the amount they spend on their basic needs to be able to splurge on creature comforts, while the intelligent will be able to save enough to make a substantial investment in business and new ventures that will allow them to grow their wealth. Another huge impact would be the massive amount of instability that would be introduced into the world. As everyone would be effectively starting from zero, the pricing model of everything would go haywire, as people with various skills will be able to charge more for their skills. Eventually, they will become the holders of the most wealth. The economy will take a few decades to stabilize, during which time large operations like car manufacturing or space research will only be possible if hundreds of people team up together to invest in such ventures. As everyone will have the same amount of wealth, a clear leader will be difficult to select in such ventures, which can turn the whole venture upside down, following the old adage of "too many cooks spoil the broth." In short, all the instability will lead to a world that won't be much fun to live in. We could keep discussing this hypothetical scenario, But no matter how you look at it, it does not present a facet that is better than our current predicament. Charles Dickens correctly said, "Annual income £20, annual expenditure 19.6 results happiness. Annual income £20, annual expenditure £20 odd and 6 results misery." Most people who are unhappy about the money they have are unhappy because they spend money on things that offer short-term joy. The elation of getting the latest iPhone can at best last a few months. Once a new model comes out, we start yearning for that. Wealth redistribution is not the solution to our money problems. Frugality and intelligently saving and investing are the gateway to being happy with the wealth we have, irrespective of how much of it we have. Of course, everyone must do whatever they can for those who are unable to meet even their basic needs. But for the rest of us, let us be excited about investing our wealth in something that will nourish our wealth and multiply it, instead of looking forward to buying the latest smartphone in the market. Thank you for watching till the end, and hopefully you enjoyed this discussion. Please support this channel by liking and sharing this video. Have an awesome day.